Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon at the top of the page to get notified when I post a new video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Universal Channeling. Channeling the Conscious Universe. Suzy Ward, channeling Matthew Ward, August 3, 2020. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. What we see in Earth's energy field of potential can be likened to the excitement of unceasing fireworks. This is a reflection of activity on the planet as awakened souls are throwing off the yoke of millennia of dark domination. The coronavirus and protest movements are primary in this activity, and first we shall address the virus. Factual information is coming from growing numbers of medical specialists who are speaking out about viruses, vaccines, masks, immune systems, treatment for COVID-19 patients, and inflated statistics about cases and deaths attributed to the disease. What we can tell you that they cannot, because they have no scientific evidence, is why the disease is surging in regions where it had notably decreased. The Dark Ones, who released the virus in China several months ago, have been releasing more, and people whose immune systems have been weakened due to stress caused by fear of getting the disease, confinement, financial burdens, unemployment, and mask-wearing regulations now are susceptible, whereas a few months ago they were not. Another source of stress is separation from family in hospitals, or who died without the comfort of loved ones at their side. It is not surprising that your mainstream media are crying conspiracy theory at the truths coming forth, but you may wonder why so many in the healthcare industry are advising adherence to authorities' guidelines for your and others' safety. Some who know the truth are in on the lies, some are bribed to be silent, some are afraid to speak up, and a considerable number may not know what virologists, immunologists, epidemiologists, and other scientific specialists know. The Illuminati's control of life on Earth includes education from first grade through university, and doctorate degrees, and no information is in standard medical and pharmacological curricula that could interfere with that. Secret societies adding to their fortunes via the medical establishment and big pharma. Those are part and parcel of their goal, to eliminate most of the world's population and be served by survivors. They have been seeing their once powerful global network become tattered, and world domination slipping farther and farther away. They desperately needed the coronavirus to get them back on track, but instead of dying by the millions daily, people around the world are raising a unified voice about the lack of proper healthcare that the poor and people of color have long endured. And the international group that has undertaken the monumental task of ridding your world of all dark activities is closing in on the Illuminati. We don't know when arrests will be made, but as soon as they are, COVID-19 will run out its course and never again will its peoples be subjected to such a scourge. It is lamentable but not unexpected that troublemakers would infiltrate peaceful demonstrations against racism and its profound unjustness. Do not discount the handiwork of the Illuminati in this too. They are subsidizing the rioters. This group of individuals who feel entitled to rule the world, who started 2 world wars, and numerous civil wars, and have controlled the global economy for a century, have been reduced to paying low-level minions to destroy property, and lash out at peaceful protesters and law enforcement. And even this is not working. It will not derail efforts from community to national levels to end inequities that have lasted far too long. Change will come on many fronts, and in some countries sooner than in others. But the ever-rising vibrations that will ease bigotry out of your world also will fell tyrannical leaders, and crumble male-dominated cultures wherein women are treated as possessions. Now then, knowing what is transpiring on Earth is important, and so is knowing our universal family. Your questions and comments show misunderstandings, and we are happy to address these. Yes, reptilians are residing on Earth and some are dark, but it is not true that the entire species is dark. Many reptilians, including some living among you, are in the light forces, and so are reptilian-human hybrids there, and elsewhere. Reptilian DNA has aspects human DNA does not, including greater ability to use brain power. One such use is shifting from one physical appearance to another. June 24, 2009 message includes an illuminating presentation by a reptilian fleet commander. The beings you call little greys are not reptilians. They are a humanoid species of Zeta Reticuli, and they did not make a deal with the US government that permitted them to abduct humans for experimentation. Members of a specific civilization made pre-birth agreements with souls who would incarnate on Earth and would give them tissue samples, which have the capacity for emotions that those beings' genetic makeup lacks. November 20, 2017 message has background information about the soul-level agreement and subsequent events that led to the Greys living underground. Extraterrestrial civilizations are not angels. The frequencies of souls in angelic realms are so high, they are pure energy. However, Ones in the lower realms may choose to incarnate in an awakening world to exemplify the best qualities of humankind, or to visit momentarily for a specific purpose, perhaps to lead a lost person to a familiar place. And every person on earth has a guardian angel, or gatekeeper, who is the person's lifelong protector. December 5, 2010 message has more information about angels. Walkins don't come from another civilization. Nirvana's soul transference program connects souls there who want to enter a body with souls on earth who want to leave their bodies. When two souls agree to transfer, the one in the body enters spirit life, and the one in Nirvana enters the body. A large-scale example of souls helping souls is what you call Walkins, which are far more prevalent than at any other period on the planet. The original souls that inhabit the bodies fulfill their contracts that call for turmoil or illness or severe deprivation, and the souls who agree to enter the bodies infuse them with light, and the will to overcome the difficult conditions, and proceed to accomplish their reasons for wanting to embody. The advantage to the latter souls is that in many cases, they enter adult bodies with academic and experiential learning, a running start so to say for succeeding in their chosen ways to help manifest the Golden Age. Excerpt from January 20, 2009 message. Walkins do not enter clones, which have no soul with which to make a transference agreement. However, an evolved soul may choose to enter a clone, and in rare cases, has done so. A few souls were cloned against their will, then assassinated, and, contrary to the Illuminati's expectations, the souls that entered the clones carried on the real person's good works insofar as they could. A comprehensive explanation of human cloning process and reasons it is used on Earth are in October 12, 2016 message. Some of your scientists conclude that if intelligent life does exist elsewhere in your galaxy or another, the distance prevents traveling to Earth. Perhaps they should contemplate the theory that life started in the sea. If so, from whence came the one-celled amoeba and paramecium to get things started? How did some of those most rudimentary life forms attain the consciousness to change into other forms, migrate onto land, and become lower simian species that evolved into humans? Members of numerous civilizations have come to the planet throughout the ages. Many crafts are capable of traveling at ultrasonic speeds, some by means of their own consciousness, and advanced souls travel at the speed of thought. They can visit any world where the vibratory level is compatible with their own, and, if they wish, materialize a body that fits in with that civilization's. Beings who know their multidimensional abilities can materialize, dematerialize, levitate, and manifest by visualization. Examples are statues on Easter Island, Stonehenge, and elsewhere, geoglyphs in Peru's Nazca Desert, pyramids, which anchor energy in a global grid and serve as beacons for spacecraft, and ancient walls and buildings in many areas that are constructed of well-fitted mammoth boulders. The negative effects of the planet's first visitors, a group from Lyra, who were searching for gold, remain to this day. In violation of universal laws, they went without obtaining permission of the Intergalactic Council and did not submit a mining petition because they didn't want to share a gold discovery, and they mistreated the subhuman species they brought to do the mining. Their deception, greed, and cruelty initiated low vibrations on the formerly pristine, radiant planet known then as Shan, or Terra, and was considered a jewel in the universe. And that brings us to the Dark Forces, which is not a civilization. It is a massive force field of base thought forms that meanders throughout this universe wherever low vibrations attract it. Individuals in any civilization who tend to be greedy, deceptive, cruel, or controlling emit the low vibrations that attract that powerful field. Its energy intensifies those traits until the individual's conscience ceases to function, their light dims to the spark that is their life force, and they become puppets of the darkness.
From antiquity onward, people from advanced worlds have visited or settled on the planet. Some of the early arrivals interbred with the primitive inhabitants, descendants of the species brought by the Lyrans. That gave the species a jumpstart in intelligence, and consciousness levels gradually increased in succeeding generations. Other seeding programs also were designed to genetically uplift the planet's permanent inhabitants. Members of dark civilizations came to, and had malevolent influence, but none are in the current population. About 50 years ago in your concept of time, the light forces surrounded Earth with a protective grid of high vibrations. At the onset of the grid's erection, the dark forces left your solar system because light is anathema to the composition of that force field, and the low vibrations of dark extraterrestrials cannot enter the brilliance of the grid. It is the low vibrations of free will choices of persons born on Earth that led to their becoming dark ones. Visitors from other worlds during the past several years include Saint Germain, who authored most of Nizar's provisions. He, Ashtar and one of Sananda's personages go occasionally to confer with principals in the international group working to rid the planet of all dark activities, and other extraterrestrials go to spend time with friends who live in the Himalayas or the Andes. All of those visitors have higher vibratory levels than prevail on Earth, and during their brief time there, they fortify themselves with light energy so they don't become trapped in the planet's density. We wish we could give you a time frame for disclosure, but we can't, because nothing has changed since we spoke about this some time ago. As we mentioned in previous messages, the highest Universal Council formerly was responsible for arrival and introduction timing, and now God is in charge. God relieved the Council of the heavy responsibility of deciding when Earth's peoples are psychologically ready to see spacecraft landing in numbers, and to greet unusual-looking beings. God will say go. When the meeting can be with welcoming, not fear, and He is just as eager for that joyous occasion as are all of us who know it is coming. December 29, 2012 message: the myriad ways other civilizations are helping you and Earth will continue as long as they are needed, and, beloved brothers and sisters, when the time is right, you will meet other members of our universal family. In August 21, 2009, and April 23, 2011 messages, several extraterrestrials speak about their civilization's assistance. All light beings in this universe honor you for your steadfastness in a journey that has required an abundance of perseverance, patience, and unwavering belief in the power of love. Suzanne Ward. Website, MatthewBooks.com. Email, Suzy@MatthewBooks.com.